Yes, October 15th, 2010, coming down into the tiger's den. I want to show you one little thing before I get on. What I really want to talk about is this formation right here, which is over here. What happens, okay, is when the center core moves, okay, we're all hooked up to the center core. These, okay, they're like springs, and they move with it so that everything stays intact and all the islands are together. This is a cube. This is our actual world. When I'm starting to believe that we are in the constellation of Pegasus, how does that connect to us? Because inside the constellation Pegasus, and I could have made an error, okay, I found NGC, okay, 7286. When I first started the myth of Zazareth, okay, I began with 7286. And it told me on day one when I first entered it in the computer, what popped out? DBZ, Dragon Ball Z, okay? DBZ, D, 4, B, Angel, 6, and Z, 32 total. 3 and 2 is the 5 spirit ring. We've come back from creation. Are we really real? Do we really exist? Like when we die, is it like your radio dies, you throw it out, but you're still getting the same music, right? So what happens? We die, and the cord gets cut, and automatically our angel does this, wakes up out of bed, he goes, whoa, what a life that was! He says, whoa, how long was I sleeping? His father says, first you slept 6 days. He says, after the 6th day, he says, you knew you had to pray. So you were awake, but you didn't know it. Then you went 3 more days. And on the 3rd day, which is today, 613, Laws of Moses, you have awakened from the life you have lived in the dreams over the past 6,000 years of man. You have been in and out of life more times than you've seen the toilet. So what do we know? What do we know? But what will happen? Because there's a truth of God in the air. Because look at the hostility out there. Everybody is rebelling and creating for absolutely no reason at all. Why are all the guards there? What are they doing? Why doesn't the crowd set somebody to go talk to the guards and tell them what they're thinking? So then the guards won't have to be as rough. You tell all the people what's going on here in New York City. Now, somebody can see this, okay, before the end of the day. It's only 4 o'clock, okay? Somebody's got to go up to the guard with his hands in the air and say, I represent the crowd. Or 2 or 3 people go up saying, I represent the crowd. And you say, listen, this is what we want to do. This is what our expression is. Okay, you may not be like it, or I don't know if you're after the money. Then all of a sudden, overhead a plane passes over every single city, okay, that they're having this thing going on, and money falls from the sky. Millions of dollars, and all of a sudden the whole world has $2 million in their bank account. They all go home. What happens? Do you disassociate? Of course not. We can't let that 2 million dissipate. We have to overtake, create our own government, where when it comes time to vote, look how many people you are now. Look at all those people. They're all on one side. You go into government, my friend, you collect all those votes. You do good for the people. The old government is out. Now the reality sets in. Another year of JFK. Is that what's going to happen in the first year? But guess what? There's more of us that want the freedom of the dollar, okay? Because miscommunication is in the dollar. The dollar was made for the difference of the exchange between the two, so it's a good understanding when they both leave each other and they don't have to say, oh my God, when is he going to pay me? Like I need that in my head. When is he going to pay me? It's in my pocket. Why do I have to take it out to give it to him? To make his mind feel better that he doesn't owe him? Because I'm not such a bad guy just to owe back one day whenever that day comes. So if I'm giving you $1 or buying you a coffee, my friend, take it. I want nothing back eventually. When I see what kind of person you are, I won't feel like buying you that coffee. And who created who you are? You did. We are who we are. Now, if, okay, there is a God, and if there is not a God, okay, the question here in this game is, at 100 we're dead. Who wants to come back? At what age do you want to come back? Do you never want to die? So what's up? You want to make as much money until what? Until everybody has nothing? This is not Monopoly, because in Monopoly you close the game. This world goes on, my friends, okay? There are 72 units on this earth plugged into the core of the earth, marked off at every 5 degrees, giving you a total of 360 degrees. These things are tunnels like the ants make, and they aerate the earth. Not only that, with the earth's spin and with the metals that are in the ground, I'm sort of to believe that they also are a part of why we are stuck to this ground and we are so heavy. Besides the water being heavy, the gravitational pull. But if you take away the gravitational pull, what does the ocean start to float? We already have a floating ocean in our air. It's called the humidity, no? Look, I'm holding a cigarette for 5 minutes and I'm not smoking for you guys. I smoke, you guys all stop, everybody lives, I die, I save the world because I smoke. Oh my God, what are we going to do? I'm so happy. Just some stuff I'm working on. Hack and Slash from Reboot. One is red, one is blue. I don't remember who's what. I think Slash was red because that would be S for spirit. Hack would be blue because we live in the blue heaven. This would be blue heaven, red slash spirit. You see how I find things just like that? I mean, I never knew this before. Hack and Slash, for the longest time, it's been bothering me. They hold the Honda sign. The sign of the Honda is on Hack and Slash. Not only that, a lot of things people miss, and I looked at some rims of some cars, and I still don't light my cigarette. And the mag wheels, I mean, they have B's, they have 1s, it's almost saying 46, 46, 46, all around the mag, man. And there's fake ones like that too. There's other ones that just have B's, other ones that just have circles like eggs, and it looks like the ace, but you don't see the ace, because everybody expects to see a delta inside the ace, which is the shape of the sign in the Greek, delta. And let me tell you one thing about delta. Delta, double D. You need 2 deltas. Delta, delta. You know what 2 deltas look like? It depends how you want to draw it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Where is this? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2 deltas. There you go. 2 deltas. You got a diamond. You see, because the delta is squeezed in, okay? If you know Greek, anybody out there know Greek? Oh yeah, the Greeks are involved in my project for sure, but I just don't know enough. Oh my God, I can't find it. I can't find one diamond. Ah! See the way the diamond is made on the cards? They go inside and outside, okay? So now, inside that is where the delta is, okay? It's not the outside of it, that's the inside. I would call this diamond, call it the diamond's core, because this is what happened to it. I'm going to show you the RAM. What happened to the RAM, okay? You see this? This is what happened to the RAM. Okay, what happened is that diamond on the inside actually wasn't exactly the way it was. It started very, very small, okay? And as it got bigger, the outside spirals started to open up. And it created one on each side, okay? Which inside that created the diamond, and the diamond has all those round marks in it now because of the galaxy spiral. When those galaxy spirals, okay, condensed on this diamond over whatever number of years, this inside only had to crack. I think it was with the negative energy, it only needed to crack to explode and show the Big Bang in the universe. But what were these tidal waves doing? Were they going to go sweep up after? So to give us this space so we can live? Is that what this whole thing of galaxies was all about? Was it the galaxy disk? We're starting to talk about galaxy disks in 7286. And like I said, it's we're the beta world. And if we're the beta world, then obviously God is the disk world. So we know God is not far behind us. He's in one of our galaxies. He may even be below the ocean floor. One thing I did want to tell you, this and this, okay? You know what that is? This is the exact center of our Earth. Okay, it's got one going this way, it's got one going this way, and then they go all around this way, and then there's tunnels at every 5 degrees, and it more or less looks like spider web. More or less what the Matrix showed. You know what, sometimes I feel like I come from that movie, Russell Crowe, A Beautiful Mind, because I feel I think that way. And I have no one to tell me if I'm wrong. It's so great, and I don't get in trouble. It's so great. Yeah, then again, I feel like I'm like Neo from the Matrix. I just can't fly, and I'm not that fast. But I just like those worlds. It just feels good to be in those worlds. They're really different. Anyway, so I showed you those spirals, okay? And that could have been the Big Bang of Einstein. It just, we came in on each other, and kaboom! You know? Not only that, okay, but, wow. If I can explain this dice in 4D, if I had this dice in 4D, I needed a dice. I needed a dice in 4D. Okay, so I made a little dice in 4D. Okay, so what happens is this is the center. It's not a flat center, okay? It was a square center, or it could have been triangular. Whatever it was inside here, okay, creating that diamond. This can actually be a dice turned sideways, don't forget, okay? And that's what we could have said that broke apart everything and gave us the 4 islands after. 4 islands. Look, 6 right, E, 9, A, act, A, theta, 6, man, 9. Birth, E, world, square, dice. And there you go. It all explains itself, these spirals, right inside that galaxy. So anyways, we have the 1 dice, okay? And it's up on that angle. And in roulette, it'll tell you some sort of a story. But before I go, and the time is closing in, listen, if all those guards had $100 million each, would they be standing there and fighting right now? Because if they wouldn't stand then, they shouldn't stand now. Then it's a question of money. It's going to get them in the back anyways when they're 60 years old. They're only taking advantage of their uncanny youth. Okay? It's the youth that doesn't let them think this way. And then it's the higher-ups who get the big bucks. Okay? So, guys, if you're fighting with the guns against people who came there in honesty and justice because you know 1 year you're going to be handcuffed. We have all become handcuffed. I should know. My family was rich. Was. But they're not. Not anymore. Especially the ones who are dead. They got nothing. They got nothing. They're dead. They got nothing. How old are you? What are you doing? What are you going to do in 75 years? Give it to your kids and give it to your kids. You know what's going to happen to one of your kids one day, and if you don't have enough kids, you're going to give it to no one. And one day your kid's going to do different from his father because all kids want to do different from their father. So forget about your kids. They're going to do different. Look what happened to poor Diana. They took her life because she wanted to do different. Look what happened to JFK because he wanted to do different. Look what happened actually to Aldous Huxley. They put him and pressured him so much that he died because he wanted to do something different. Look at what Great Britain ran over into Germany and did because they wanted to do something different. And then Hitler was sick of it all, so he just exploded and just screwed everybody for life to remember this. Now you want to do something different? What we got to do different is change, okay? We need to change. You change your diapers, you change your pants, you change your shirt, you take a shower, you give change, but you always want to give less. It's the sharing, my friends. If we do not share, we no longer exist. We are animals in the forest. It cost them nothing to live there. We're taking away their lives, and when their lives no longer exist, neither will ours. Be well, my friends.